बारे में बात कर रहे होते हैं तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि हम जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं वो है हमारी गुड ट्री ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो कि 16 ईयर्स से जो है वो चल रही है और इसमें अब 330 स्टूडेंट्स इनरोल्ड हो चुके हैं और बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल कैंपस है और ये जनाब प्री के से लेकर 12th ग्रेड तक के लिए है और आज हम फिर बात करेंगे गुड ट्री के बारे में और गुड ट्री के लोगों के बारे में और उनसे बात करते हुए हम आपको और मज़ीद बताएँगे कि हम इस ऑर्गेनाइज़ेशन के साथ किस तरह जुड़े हुए हैं। मैंने जैसे कहा कि बीइंग अ मॉम मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि मुझे ये सआदत बख्शी गई कि मैं गुड ट्री के बारे में कुछ और जान सकूँ और इसके अलावा मैं ये भी समझ सकूँ कि गुड ट्री जो है वो किस तरह हमारी ऑर्गेनाइज़ेशन काम कर रही है। और इस सिलसिले में मज़ीद और जानने के लिए आज मैं आपको मिलवाना चाहूँगी, मैंने अपने प्यारे लिसनर्स को मिलवाना चाहूँगी, हमारी प्रिंसिपल जो हैं डॉक्टर इरम शेख जो कि गुड ट्री की हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आई एम फाइन, हाउ आर यू डूइंग? हैप्पी रमज़ान।
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Ramadan Mubarak to all of your viewer or listeners and to the Radio Azad family as well.
Thank you so much, Jazakallah. So, please introduce yourself and tell us affiliation with the Good Tree.
Sure. I am the principal of Good Tree Academy. Alhamdulillah. I've been in education over 25 years. I have my doctorate in curriculum and instruction, and I have been an advocate of Islamic schools since the early 90s. Alhamdulillah, I sit on the board of Council of Islamic Schools of North America, and we are actively looking after our Islamic schools and making sure that they provide the services that our Muslim students need to build their identity.
Alhamdulillah. So, can you please tell us briefly about the history and the mission and vision of the Good Tree?
Sure. I'd like to say that every Islamic school has the same mission. We want our children to grow solid in their Muslim identity, making sure that we're cultivating Muslim scholars while they're living in the Western context of the US. Alhamdulillah, some schools are, Good Tree has really a unique space. It provides a full time Islamic school, Hifz school option. It also provides a part time Hifz option built into the school day. So, more so than any other Islamic school that I've seen, we have our Quran classes where kids actually build a relationship with the Quran, that they understand what their creator is saying to them. Our Arabic program supports that by saying that we have Quranic Arabic. So
MashaAllah.
kids are able to decode the Quran in fourth, fifth grade, alhamdulillah, in terms of understanding what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying with the depth that needs to to happen. In addition to that, we have, mashallah, like you said, 330 students.
Mhm.
We have pre-K Montessori program all the way to high school. We are still in our 16 years, encouraging all of our parents and families to really, these
MashaAllah.
days in public school, is a time of trial for our kids. It's difficult for them, and it's especially when their values don't align from the home to the school. So I encourage all of our listeners today to really think about what their investment is in their children. It's not enough to just give them things, but rather this education that they're providing will pay off in many folds in their akhirah, inshallah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, you're serving the community. Great job, and especially I think because it starts from pre-K to 12, and especially for the teenagers, I think it's a good effort because I have a teenager and I know how hard it is if they are in the public school and you have to tell them everything about your Islam, your Deen, and especially when they are practicing fasting. You know
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
So I think Islamic school, like it's very easier for you to practice fasting and observing others. And if you have to ask any question regarding your Islam, your Deen, or anything, you have the qualified teachers, like the proper guidance to guide a teenager or a kid towards the rules of Islam. So it's a
Subhanallah.
great thing.
That's so true. So true.
So, what are the major area of services that you offer?
So there's a big misconception out there that Islamic schools are subpar in terms of academics, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have served Islamic schools, I've served public schools, I've served private schools internationally. I've led schools in the UAE, and all of this culminating experience needs to say that right now, our Islamic school at Good Tree Academy, our students are in the 95th percentile in most of their classes in English,
MashaAllah.
math, and science and above. And so, if you look at the state star results, you'll
Mhm.
see that public schools in the state of Texas is at 70-ish, mid 70 percentage. And then you have certain districts that are considered very influential, very rich with resources, such as Frisco, Plano.
Mhm.
Plano is in the 78th percentile. Frisco is in the 80 something percentile. We are above most
MashaAllah.
of all of those districts in our academics. And not to mention how we serve is we're providing students that foundation that of birru walidain, that they know
Mhm.
how to take care of their parents. They know their mamalat and what you were speaking about earlier, their hukukul ibad to one another. They're saying the name of Allah all the time as is integrated into their classes. They know that Allah is not separate from their life, that it's
Mhm.
actually very integral and core, and everything surrounds that experience of an Islamic school student, especially at Good Tree.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, tell me more about like who's your target population?
So, Alhamdulillah, we have a diverse population.
Mm-hmm.
We have our subcontinent Indo-Pakistanis. We also have Arabs. We have North African.
MashaAllah.
All of our students are Muslim, but we do have a couple of French kids that their father had recently converted, and so, Alhamdulillah, we have a very diverse population. We serve anybody who's wanting to have that Islamic education.
Mashallah, mashallah. Yeah, I mean, of course, because I know when you talked a kid who's like learning education in an Islamic school, you can clearly see the difference. Uh,
Mm.
like being a mom, I can see the difference in my friend circle. Like the kids who are like learning and like they're in the Islamic school, they are very good in the academic, and we don't have to go here and there for the Islamic educations like the Sunday schools, and then you have to go another like preaching for them. So if you're finding everything in one roof, that's a blessing. So I agreed with that. So please share your major accomplishment over the last year.
I mean, for Good Tree, alhamdulillah, we're now at the, like I said, our academics speak for itself. We've
Mm-hmm.
now, in the 16 years, we've just recently had graduating classes of high school. Our motto has been that if you're a Good Tree student from kindergarten all the way to high school, you can become a hafiz or a hufaz
Mashallah.
of the Quran. And so we have graduated now over 20 hufaz,
Mm-hmm.
alhamdulillah, from the academy. So that's a huge achievement within the last year. Many of them were last year who graduated from Good Tree. And then, like I said, the academic achievement that they're showing on the academic map testing done by NWEA,
Mm-hmm.
that has been a huge success as well. I think our biggest success, honestly, is that we're raising righteous citizens who know how to be a Muslim American in society with the manners and the akhlaq that we expect from them, because their vision is not this dunya, it's the akhirah.
Beshak. Alhamdulillah. So what is your Ramadan appeal for this year?
My Ramadan appeal, first of all, is to make dua. Keep us in your duas, please. As we're
Inshallah.
growing larger, we have a 200 student waiting list. It's bigger. It's almost half the size of our current enrollment. Some parents
Mashallah.
have been waiting for 2 years. Please make dua that we're able to accommodate all of our students, inshallah, one day.
Mm-hmm.
The other appeal is definitely come by, visit us. we'd love to see how we can help and serve in the community. And at that point, please donate generously, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah, definitely. So, how people can donate?
You can go to our Goodtree website, and there's a big button that says donate here, and you just click on that, inshallah. That'll take you to the appropriate location.
Okay, so any contact and donation information from
Uh,
you?
you can email me at principal@goodtreeacademy.org, and
Mm-hmm.
inshallah, we'll make sure that we direct you accordingly.
Inshallah, inshallah. So, lastly, any closure for this interview? And really, really nice. And you're very humble, and I'm very blessed to have this interview with you. Uh,
Jazakallah khairan.
uh, of course, we all need prayers in this holy month of Ramadan. So please keep this Radio Azad in your prayers, that it will grow more. And inshallah, inshallah, a lot of people are listening to you or watching you, and they will donate generously, inshallah, because we have to support our community. So definitely.
Absolutely.
So, any closure for this interview from
This
you?
is this is the future of our kids in this country. If
Hmm.
we are here today, we're definitely not going to be here for long. How do you want your Islam to be represented 100 years from now, 150 years from now? You make that decision by making that investment, inshallah. I'll leave it as that. Jazakumullah khairan for having me today. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच जज़ाकल्लाह जज़ाकल्लाह सो इट वुड बी इट और जैसे कहते हैं कि गुड ट्री का इतना अच्छा नाम है और हमें चाहिए हम अपनी कम्युनिटी को और ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग करें और मैं अपने एक नोट के साथ ख़त्म करूँगी कि करो मेहरबानी तुम अहले ज़मी पर करो मेहरबानी तुम अहले ज़मी पर खुदा मेहरबान होगा अर्श मरी पर साइनिंग ऑफ अल्लाह हाफ़िज़